Hi everyone, how's it going? Um, so let's see now. I gotta go here to see people. I'm a little under the weather tonight, so good. We've got some people from YouTube, which is good. So let me just do a few things here. Be right back. Take 2 seconds. If I can remember what I'm doing. Oh, look, I can see myself. Hope everybody's doing okay today. Just posting my page over everywhere so everybody knows what I'm doing. Okay, back to work. Okay, nice to see you all here today. Again, being so disorganized. So free reads, Wednesday, 5th. Okay, so I said, it's nice to see you all here. So for you who do not know who I am, my name's Ken Mason. I'm a psychic medium. I've been doing this for probably 30 years or so now. So what I do with these is I just come in, do some free reads, hopefully help some people. Maybe they're asking questions or whatnot. There are 2 different types. There's the general read, and if you're interested in talking to a past loved one, could you just please write down who you want to talk to. Same if you just want a general read, just write down general. If you don't write anything down, generally I just skip over you because I don't know what you want. Anyway, so let's go down and see what we got. Nice to see people from YouTube. Okay, so let's go from the top. Okay, so let's go here to okay. So this is Rachel S. Would love a reading, please. I was just trying to figure out that. I've never seen that little block behind there. Anyway, Rachel. Yes, and it is. What time is it? 5:22. Okay, so the first thing I'm getting for you is from your spirit guide. I'm not sure if you know what a spirit guide is, but an angel that follows you. So the first thing I'm kind of saying is that there's going to be an opening for you, kind of the heart as well, but kind of an opening for you to move into different directions over the next 3 months. I'm kind of seeing somebody also, from the past, perhaps grandmother was kind of standing behind you and giving a big hug around you and saying, it's okay to move forward and make the decisions you want. And there's certainly something that they're showing me that's, I don't know if this is health issue or something holding you back, but I just feel that you're going to get some information that's going to give you kind of a smile and say, you know what, I can finally move forward and I can just ignore what I've been worried about. Um, Health wise, I kind of see you uh, health wise being okay for a long time. I do see issues with your knee, your right knee, coming up in the future. You may want to make sure you take a good look at those. Um, or, and she's also pointing to a young male that in the next little while might get into a bit of trouble. Um, so she says, it's kind of like they're going to get in trouble. I don't know if you have a son or not, but somebody in the family that's going to get in trouble, which is going to need some strong direction with love, but not letting them run over you. Um, Again, I kind of see you sitting in a lazy chair and finally being able to put your feet up and saying, it's time to relax. I don't need to do everything. Spiritually, I see you being able to see things or being able to uh, talk to people or give messages to them on the spiritual side. Um, and again, that's all about, you know, helping them or seeing, talking to people and being able to help them in their directions. So I see, over the next 6 months, a really growth in you, or really, I see the smile coming out, um, and just moving forward with a lot of confidence. Other than the child or somebody else coming along, that's gonna kind of hinder you. There's not much going on. I kind of feel this is a grandmother. Um, so, like I said, she's always there to give you a hug and to help you to move forward. And this lady, you'll often think about them and wonder why you're thinking of her, but she's in there and just letting you know that if you don't know it, then you have some support headed your way. Anyway, so that's for Rachel S. Did he? Hope that made sense. And, good evening from the Hawk. I'm not sure what that is, but okay. So June Hugh. So at 9:02. Okay, so let's see what I can get from your spirit guide. So again, sometimes spirit guides say things in a little cryptic, but the way I interpret it from him is kind of a sense of you seeding a path for somebody, perhaps somebody, a child below you, or somebody that's close to you that you're going to be working with to help them in their path in life, and you're going to be kind of happy when they actually listen to you or actually do the things you are. It's like you're going to see that and you're going to be feeling that you've been a success in life with this person. They're just going to be moving forward. I also see a family celebration coming up, so perhaps this is somebody graduating, or but there's a family celebration as well. You have an older man that's following you. I can see him in a black suit, but I also see him going to somebody's wedding and kind of like walking down the aisle with this lady. So there's a few things coming up for you that's this family related. Obviously, like I'm saying, he's also holding a young child, so somewhere down the road there's going to be a child that's going to come into the family. You also get the message of a dog that maybe you're missing, or maybe you had, that's going to be it's hanging around your house. Work wise, I see kind of a steady level with the work. I don't see anything major happening. But if you're not working, I just kind of see that perhaps you'll find the job and you'll be fairly steady on it. So there's kind of like a sense of comfort when it comes to money. But I also see, over the next little while, maybe a sense of needing money because there'll be some expenses coming along. Health-wise, they're just showing me that there's not much going in there. Your aura I'm seeing is very strong on the right-hand side and a little weak on the left-hand side. And that just means on the right-hand side, towards you, you're good. Towards other people, that means you're spending too much time helping people, and it's making your left side weak. So kind of stop or take time by yourself and re-energize that left-hand side so that you can balance each other out. Anyway, so that's for June. Huge. Let's see who's next. Okay, so Sandra Hendren. Mm-hmm. 1248. Oh yeah, so I'm kind of connecting to your spirit guide who's female and kind of noting or showing me the kind of lives you've had as this in your spirituality and the amount of growth that's going to come up in your spirituality. I also see that's probably another female or daughter or something that's going to join you with that. You just kind of grow with that. I don't know why I'm seeing you with a new car. I don't know if you're getting a new car or just a car you're really proud of. But I certainly see like a nice car that's behind you. Again, that might be just a sign of money that you're going to be comfortable. So I don't know if you work with kids or not, but I see you working with a child, like in education or perhaps maybe your own child in that. But I see a kind of you being more intense with working with somebody who needs help. It's like an ADHD kid that perhaps ADHD kid that maybe needs a bit of extra work, or you need to like kind of push them head a bit more. But I kind of see that's coming up for you in the near future. There's going to be an issue with your right hand, which just simply means that you're just going to need to have some help, or perhaps see a doctor and get some stuff done on it, or nothing major. It's not like you're going to lose it or anything, but I just kind of see there's going to be some pain there that you might be able to take care of that. But you certainly got a few archangels around you as well. So I kind of see them talking to you. So you may be getting messages from them at night, or you might be seeing them in your dreams. But in this case, I kind of see that you're going to be well taken care of on the spiritual side. So listen to what your thoughts are, because that's who's talking to you. Anyway, so that's all I have for you. Not bad, Brian. Thank you for popping over. Let's go down here. So, Anne Marie. So, Zadidi is 1555. You'll have to forgive me. My voice starts going on me because I've been under the weather for the last couple of days. But okay, so your mother. So I'm talking to your spirit guide, um, he's kind of, like shaking his head, kind of saying, that she's around, because she's kind of like a real pain in the butt to him. Um, Mothers don't disappear; they are eternal to us. We're born from them, from our, from our mothers, so they won't leave you. Um, but she says she's been kind of stepping back because there's certain things you have to make a decision about. I don't know why I'm getting a little. I don't know if there's static between you and your partner, but it's kind of a little static going on. And she's just saying there's really nothing major, but static is static, and relationships have static, so just solve it. And she says, um, she says that men have to be trained, and she laughs. So um, I don't know if why she's saying this, but um, so I'm just going to leave it with you. She has 2 children of yours with her, which it looks like perhaps these are 2 that are meant to come, which doesn't mean you're going to have them, but they're kind of like meant to come. And one on the left-hand side sometimes mean that it's a child that was lost in the household or family. She does say that your cleaning's getting better. But she says too is that it's kind of time to move back into more of cooking at home and doing things around the house. She also says that you have a grandfather in the house that keeps dropping coins, so you might find some coins around the house. But all in all, she says, she still loves you. She's still around. Every once in a while, when you get into bed, like you'll feel the bed move, and that's her crawling into bed with you, giving you a hug, especially if you're kind of upset. And she also walks through you when you need some energy, which is why you get the second wind. So it just says, every once in a while, I have to tell you that you're still not done. And for some reason, I see part of the house being added, or like a renovation, or perhaps even saying there's a new house, or perhaps you need to build a new house for additions. Anyway, so they're just saying there's new stuff coming up your way, and that you'll be happy with all the changes. At least she says that. Sorry, not all of them. So she says, take care, and she'll be sitting beside you when you watch your TV tonight. Excuse me. Anyway, so that's all I have for you. Tea and water. Anyway, so on we go. Okay, NG. I don't read names very well. 2007. So, so I'm going to go with a message from your dad, because he's like standing behind you and kind of like keeps tapping you on the head. Because the first thing I'm kind of hearing from them is that there's going to be a shift for you. I don't know if this is work or there's going to be a conflict coming up to you that's going to have you shift your direction. So I know the first thing I heard was work, so maybe you're going to be moving to a new job, or maybe finding a new job, but it's kind of like a shift for you, because you won't be doing the same things. So it's kind of a new phase of learning for you. And it's kind of a learning that you're going to enjoy. I don't know if you're doing something you don't like, but I just get a feeling that with work or whatever, there's a bit of conflict, and that, this is going to remove that conflict. there's certainly going to be, and he said he's certainly going to be giving you or working on an increase of romance. And certainly something that I just lost them. Okay, so he says the cleansing of the heart. So he says there are still things, probably you might still be grieving him, or something that's kind of stopping your heart from, or your love for people to go up full. He's saying that this is what he's working on, so that you're able to be fully able to give out as much love as you want without getting hurt. So it's kind of like a balance between, I want to give out as much love, but I also want to have a protection around me, so that if something doesn't work, I'm not fully collapsed. So it's all about learning this new thing and new knowledge and whatnot. I don't know why he says you should wear slippers. Maybe he wore slippers. I don't know. Because I see him, I see him in like a lazy boy with slippers on, and him pointing at the slippers and laughing. Anyway, so what I'm kind of feeling from all of this is that he's working really hard at making you happy. So just take some time and be by yourself and do some things, but he still loves you. Anyway, so that's all I have for you. Yeah, take care. Yeah, that was for Angie Page. So Gayla Myers, the answer to that is yes. Okay, Bridget Montana. So we're at 2421. Okay, so Bridget Montana. Okay, so in talking to your spirit guide, he's saying that you've had 82 lives, and a lot of this, since a lot of these passings are obviously, things that happen. In the end, though, these 82 lives are allowing you to have a lot of wisdom and to help other people, but at the same time, you kind of have to figure out how to help yourself as well. Because he says, when you give out too much to other people, then you tend to feel rejected, or somebody's not taking care of you, type of thing. But the message I'm also getting from the two past loved ones that are behind you is that the message is saying is that you have so much light around you. It's like you're attracting people to come to you. When I look at your aura, you have a lot of training on the right hand side, and I see bright on the left hand side, which means everything's kind of balanced and you're able to deal with everything. I see two red things, which means you're still angry at two people. There are stuff on the bottom of your feet that you haven't dealt with, which usually means there's negative stuff you've shoved down your throat you haven't dealt with, and perhaps they need to come up. But the message I'm getting for you really is that over the next little while that that the sun's going to come up, and then I see, the sun coming up, and they're showing me the death card standing there in front of you with the sun coming up. But the death card does not mean death. It means brand new beginnings. It means that everything that's been holding you down and all the negativities will be released. Death in tarot is never death. It's renewal, new start. So they're showing me the devil for you, which means that the whole next little while is going to be all restarts and new smiles and new projects and new moving forward as is needed, and your need to help people will kind of diminish so that you can heal yourself. So I'll remember, if you're going to help people, you also have to. You can only help people if you're healed yourself. Otherwise, you'll just hurt yourself. Anyway, so that's all I have for you, Bridget. Okay, so Bridget Montana, TST Sunflower. Me and my wife always laugh over sunflowers because where everybody I've ever seen are able to grow sunflowers just by throwing seeds in the ground and walking away. I have no success in growing them. I can plant them, I can put them everywhere. I do not have success with them. I don't know if it's just something the universe saying you are not supposed to have sunflowers. But I'm happy everybody else can grow them. One day I will go out and grow them properly. Anyway. John Reed. Okay. So you have a male spirit guide. You have a male spirit as well. And they're just kind of saying that you're going to be coming up or already in this kind of decision on where you're headed off in your part of the life. So, even though you've spent a lot of time helping people, or if you have kids or whatnot, and all that attention is going to other people, over the next 3 months, I think you're going to be sitting down and saying, you know what, I need to do things for myself, and I need to figure out what I'm going to do. So I see you coming to a crossroads and sitting in the middle. I see cars going by you, but you're in the middle, so nobody's hitting you. But you haven't decided which side of the road you want to be on. And they're kind of showing me is that you're going to be moving into the side of wanting to do things for yourself. And that basically means is that you may want a project to do yourself, but you're going to look at your calendar and say, this is my time. This is my time. These are my time. And you're going to start doing your projects. Especially if you have people around you, you're just going to say, don't bother me during this time. I need to put my feet up. Everybody, lock the door, throw everybody outside. Don't care if the kids are 2 years old. I'm just joking. Obviously, you have to care about kids. It's just, I have a weird sense of humor. Anyway, it's just all about taking time and re-energizing yourself. I'm seeing a kind of, over the next little while, a bit of shortage of money. And I see either you're going to be spending money on something, but I just kind of see, the money in is on the left-hand side, which means it's going out. And there's nothing on the right-hand side, so that you're going to be putting money out. But it's not something that's going to be long-term. It might be some kind of renovations, have to buy something, but I'm not sure what that is. But in the end, you'll have the money to do what you want. Maybe a kid's going to university or something, I don't know, but there's money going out. I'm also hearing that long hours is coming to an end. Long hours of work is going to come to an end. So you'll be able to relax and being able to have good food instead of quick food. Anyway, so there's also an older man sitting there who likes to drop coins around in your house. So you might see coins lying on the floor, or seeing coins where they're not really supposed to be. Anyway, so that's all I have for you. TSD Sunflower. Oh yeah. Let's see. Anyway, so if you guys like what I do, can you please just either follow my channel or hit the follow button on Facebook. We also, if you want to check out our we also talk properly. Anyway, we also have we also have a money back guarantee on our reads. So if you're interested in having a read or booking a read with us, and please do so either through our Facebook or our website, www.whisperingsouls.ca. Like I said, we have money back guarantee. We're relatively cheap. So if you're interested in having a full read, let us know. My wife will handle all that. And we also have a money sales this month where if you book for a group read for 5 people, then the 6th person gets it for free. But check it out. We have, $25 reads all the way to $85 reads. Advertisement is over. Mm-hmm. Well, I'll try it. I'm not sure if I can get... because usually I only get family members, but it's always a challenge. I like challenges. I'm trying to move past what I do into new stuff. So 3320. So Tina believes. Okay, so the first thing I'm kind of getting is I don't know if your boss was a female, but I'm seeing a female standing there, kind of waving their arms, and it's just a message I get from them that, like I said, I'm trying new stuff here because I don't normally do outside of family members. So please be kind to me. And anyway, so I see her as a type of person who comes in with a coffee and sits there and kind of helps you through life, or very supportive person. And I don't know, it just feeling like maybe she helped you in life, and you helped her, when she was having issues. So it was kind of a kindred connection, simply because you two knew each other in past lives. So there's a very strong connection there. You can also hear her when now that she's passed, you can hear her in your thoughts, in your own voice, but you'll get the same kind of thoughts that she normally gave in your head, just to kind of still direct you. And she wants she's with family, she's happy. She does come knocking on you, and every once in a while, like most of them, when they're there, you'll suddenly think of them for no apparent reason, and that's because they're talking to you. She's saying that your movement forward with work and whatnot is going to increase, or kind of grow in the way that you want it to grow. She says, like, you're a very intelligent person, but sometimes you kind of don't take the hints. So it's kind of like you looking at opportunities and say, well, that might be a little tough for me, but it might end up in a good position for me, because sometimes we're offered things that don't look good but are actually very good. So she wants you to know that, and don't forget, even if it was in the male body, it could have been a female spirit. She says, you have to go out and enjoy the outdoors, and go out and sit and reflect on stuff outside the house, and go sit in a park or near a tree, or She says, she shows me like a, there's like a something like she would just sit like either on a rock or something, and she would overlook like a valley. She says, that was just the place where I could see everything, and I can see how the whole world is there in front of me, and reflect on where she was in life and how she was doing. And she says it's kind of the same thing. Um, um, but she says, just reflect. Don't rush forward with your eyes closed. Sit back, look at everything before making a decision. Anyway, that's all I have for you. Like I said, hopefully it made sense. So, Andrea Rees. Oh yeah, 3736. Yeah. Okay. Okay, my wonderful dad. Okay, so I think I brought him through before, but I kind of get the message. He's kind of like joking around, and kind of guy who likes to play jokes on people. The first thing I hear from them is says, "Hey, you know what? It's nice talking to you through somebody else, but I talk to you all the time." Um, he says, just make sure you don't have to tell the other ones, but you are my favorite. Um, they like to say that. Um, he says, there's a lot of stuff that's coming up in the world that you don't have to be worried about. Says he understands you're worried about a lot of people, a lot of things going on, but he says, first of all, at times he says you need to be a bit more selfish for yourself. He says, if there is only one piece of pie left, eat the pie. You don't have to ask people if they want it. If you want it, just eat it. Um, but there's also a lot of decisions to be making around right now, um, and he's going to direct you in these decisions. So you may wake up one morning and all of a sudden you have the answer to it. And you're saying, okay, I got to do it this way. He says you got to learn how to trust your feelings. If something's wrong, it's wrong. But he says don't try to change it because you don't like what it is. So he says, very initial feelings. He says, if you look at somebody, you don't like them, they're going to hurt you. If you look at somebody and they say something and you get an odd feeling, there's a reason for it. So he says, always feel and pay attention to those initial feelings because they're going to direct you in the path that you should be. There's a lady in the background that says granddaughter coming. I don't know where that's coming from. But he just also wants, he still truly loves you, and he's still making sure that people aren't hurting you, because he tries to push them away. But he says the only time you won't get hurt is if you listen to what your aura is telling you, and make sure that you don't ignore that first impression. It's always the key. That gut feeling, the first impression says that will save you. So those decisions coming up, you're going to have to use that, and then you'll know, and you'll see where the happiness is. Otherwise, he says, your life is going to be good. So don't worry about it. You're going to be around for a long time. Yeah. So that's all I have for you, Andrea. It must be boring for you guys to listen to me like this. Mm-hmm. Let's go way down here. From Bonnie, Scotland. My heritage. Yeah, it would be, so it would, I already did that one. That one. What? Was there suspension or suspicion? I was using it as suspicion. Jennifer, when it comes to emotions like that, I don't like doing quick reads. I would rather do a bit longer reads because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Mary. Hi, Mary M. Okay, so let's just, I should have some music on or something. Yeah, Mary M. 4326. Okay. So, Mary, so I'm connecting to your spirit guide who actually has, there's actually two of them because you're learning how to be a medium. In that case, you might be seeing things out of the corner of your eye or hearing things before you actually fall asleep. And they're just teaching you how to be a medium or being able to talk to people or, get information about people. So the general reading I'm kind of getting from you is time to get away from the negativity that is surrounding you. It's time for you, and I see them showing you like walking on a path along water and just being by yourself. The last word I heard was, "Don't bring an animal." And just reflecting on the negativity that's around you. This just seems to be people, or at least one male, that's just kind of frustrating you. Maybe a child, but it just feels like there's a frustration that's going around you, and you just really at times don't know how to do it, or people aren't supporting you on how to do it. So it's a time for you to say, I'm going away for 3 hours. I need to, re-energize my brain. I need to re-energize me. So I have a clear idea of, who's trying to suppress me. And that's the way I'm kind of feeling it. Somebody trying to suppress you as like trying to get you to be more of a kind of a robot type of situation. So again, it's all about refining yourself, going back to when you were younger and how you were then and coming back to that. Because we always put masks on ourselves when we get older and do things. I don't know if you're a baker, but I see pies around you. Unless that's a grandmother. Sorry, that's a grandmother. So I see pies around you. So perhaps, they're asking you to make pies or bake. Kind of like a creative thing. The more creative we are, the more we connect to spirits and get information. But as I said, though, you know, you have a lot of past lives and a lot of spirits around you, and letting you know what's going on, and getting information before somebody else gives you that information, and knowing how to deal with it. It's kind of like a reference to that is, you know, two types of medium. There's two types of mediumship. There's the personal one, which is you sitting there thinking, I wouldn't mind a pizza. Then somebody beside you saying, what about it? I wouldn't mind a pizza. Or, you know, think it's your mother. Then the phone rings and it's her. The other one is the public one, which is getting messages for other people. Uh, you have both. So don't be surprised if they stay growing on you. But I just got the feeling maybe you're just a little bit compressed, maybe is the word, by stress. Anyway, so that's all I have for you. Okay, Rosie Higgins. Just a wee reading. How wee do you want it? Just kidding. Rosie Higgins. I always love that accent. Maybe it's because it's my heritage. Okay, Rosie. Um, okay, so the one thing I'm kind of seeing is that there's an older man and an older lady that's hanging around you, probably grandparents, um, and they're kind of like helping you throughout your life and whatnot. Again, the image I get is you being water, and you know the image I always get with Scotland, obviously, is all the, you know, the way the land is with the cliffs and all that kind of stuff. But I see you walking near water, a lot of green around you, and green usually means a lot of healing coming your way. So they're also showing me that um, that even though you may not think there's somebody there, that they are there. There's the grandfather likes to leave your drawer open just a bit, you know, the knife drawer, and keep blaming other people. Um, Things being moved around, and kind of like a spiritual place. But that's, he says there's a lot of family members there, so not to worry too much. Um, there's going to be somebody in your family that's going to get ill. That's not going to be a major issue. It's just going to change your focus on things for a little while. So it just might be somebody that like hurts their ankle or something, and they can't do anything. So you got to help them do stuff. Nothing major, but it's just going to change your focus for a bit. But I don't know why. I don't know. I don't know if you play uh, golf or not, but it's like golf is going to be involved with you in the next 8 months. And I don't know why I keep hearing this. You know, if you don't have somebody, maybe you'll find somebody who does golfing, or maybe you work on a golf court. But I just see golf involved with you over the next little while. Um, um, but also messaging, you know, take care of your car. I kind of see there might be issues with the car, so you might have to spend some money out. Um, but other than that, you know, these two are letting me know that uh, not a lot of major things headed your way. Just dealing with negative stuff and dealing with little negative stuff, so you have enough memory space to do the major stuff. Um, Anyway, the grandfather says he really liked breakfast, um, Scottish breakfast. That's just a hint to you who it is. Anyway, so that's all I have for you. Hopefully that helps in some way. So Suzanne Robin. $51.29. Okay, from your mother. So the first thing I see is a lady who either liked to cook or cooked a lot. I mean, I see like a cloth that I see her wiping her hands with, and kind of a comment saying, you know what, people around you don't wash their hands that much when they cook. They should. It's a handy thing to do. So I just see this cloth all the time. You know, I don't know if she kept it on you or on me, but it just on her. I just see her having that cloth seems to be omnipresent. So she wants you to know that um, she did hear you say goodbye. She wants, you know, she's saying that. Um, try, she's saying that sometimes, you know, even with the distance that was between people, that sometimes just the love of the heart is enough to keep the love going. Um, and so she always, even though she says there were some conflicts, which everybody has, she says she always loved everybody. And she also wants you to let you know that she's, I don't know if you're living in her house or what you living near her or whatever, but anyway, so she's very close to you. I don't know. I see her at table playing cards. So I don't know, like there's four people around the table and playing cards. So I don't know if that's what she did when she was younger or whatnot, but maybe when she was a child and was watching people do that. But that's the picture she gives me. You know, says don't worry about me leaving you because I'll always be there. Says even when the doors are closed, she can still go through doors. So you know, people living with you or around you, they can't hide from her because she sees everything. Um, uh, and I don't know who it is, but she says there are two children that didn't make it into the family that she's taking care of. There's I'm not sure if there's a young child that's alive now or one that's coming that she says she'll be hanging around for their lives. So there's a lot of family movement coming up. But she says it's all good. It's just going to be, as you get older, she says it's just going to be a little bit, you just won't have the patience. So have the patience for kids. They are very tiring. She should know. You know, she just says, I love you, and she'll talk to you tonight. Anyway, that's for Suzanne Robin. Okay, everyone, that's all I have for tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. So we'll see you next Wednesday. I might have something in between, but check out my the post I make and stuff on my YouTube channel. There'll always be something going on there within 2 days. So take care, everyone. Bye.